Boom, boom. This is kind of really welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about team composition so that we can get a little bit better idea of exactly what we should be looking at here. So let's just go ahead and we'll pick something up from the normal here. Just go ahead and pick up something here in terms of that so we can get the the team screen, so to speak. All right, so as you can see, basically we unlock certain levels at this. These are the four that you'll unlock first. Okay, as you continue to go through the game, you'll begin to unlock more of these screens, and then even farther. So you see 70, 75, so even up to 80, you're going to be unlocking slots for your team. So you're going to need 4, 8, 12. Okay, so look at it to the fact that you're going to want to focus on 12 characters. Now, understand that those 12 characters are not all going to be, they're only going to be useful for stats. So, but one out of each support gets a thing. You can click on which one you want, and that's the skill that you want to use. Okay, I've got Yen coming off my support too, simply because of the fact that she offers a heal and she increases my attack, the whole team. So I get an attack buff and a heal. So that's coming off. On my support too, I have SS version of Tank San. Okay, not the S version, SS version of Tank San. So he's coming off with his skill on support 2. So these two will come active. So when we run the thing, now of course all of them use the actual all 4 of these guys will use all their skills all the time. So those ones will be completely active. So you want to put your 4 best, or the 4 ones that you're focused on. I'm going to probably be replacing, most likely I'll be replacing, it's probably going to have to be, it's probably going to have to be him, and I'll be replacing Tank Sen with Chen. Okay, so that's that I haven't reached that point yet, because as you can see, there's still quite a bit difference in their BP. So this is the team comp. So don't look, you want to have a main team, but as you continue to get through the game, you're going to need more characters. Okay, so you're going to need 12 characters to actually, you want to utilize 12 characters to fully buff. Now, because these support ones BP affect their they affect the stats. You want to focus on their armor, okay? But what you really don't have to focus on that much is their skills, since their skills are not being utilized. Like when these 3, Wu, Dogu, and Hule, they don't, their skills don't get activated. Okay, the only skills that activate is the main skill for Yen. So that's really the only skill you need to focus on at the beginning. You of course want to level up the skills on all your characters, but as you're going through, once you hit 60 skills, no longer you don't get 10 skill slots a day. And then you could purchase 20 up until 60. It opens up completely. It's just gold. You need gold, okay, to level up the skills. So let me show you that real quick. Well, let's go ahead and do this first, okay? So this is how you're going to comp your team. So the main team that you want to focus on, you want to focus on a tank, okay? The best tank in the game is an SS character, okay? If you can look, we'll go ahead and look from the Soul Master screen just so you can get an idea of exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, see, Ren is a tank. She's the second best tank in the game. The best tank in the game is SS. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, is Azure Dragon. He's the best tank in the game, okay? It's just, SS has a higher stat, so they're just going to be a little bit better at it. Okay, the third, in my opinion, is I think I blew past him. I'm pretty sure I have him. Yeah, right here. Okay, I think he's the third. Okay, some people might say he's second and Ren is third, but I like Ren better because she heals. She heals herself. Okay, 9 times out of 10 when the fight ends, she's the last one alive. Okay, so I have very good confidence that she's probably the second best in the game. Okay, so then after that you want to go for attackers. Okay, now you have to understand that attackers, you want to go for attackers that attack multiple targets. Okay, because inside of story mode PvE, that's the most important effect. PvP is a little bit different. So attackers for PvE, I've got Chen, okay, and God of War, okay, Dai Mubai. Now you're going to get him free, so you should put him in your team because he's still my highest damage dealer. Okay. Okay, and I mean I'm going hard on BB. Trust me when I say, look at that. She's already up to 4 moons. He's only at 2, and I've got S stuff on her and SS. I've got an SS hidden weapon on her right here, and she's still behind Die. So there's nothing you could say about Die. He's an AoE damage dealer. You should definitely have him in your team. Okay, now so you're gonna have a tank. You're gonna have Die as an attacker. You should get him around level 11. On your 11th, no, I'm sorry, not level 11, your 11th day, once you open your account, 11th, 12th, I got him on 11th day, some 12th, 13th day, you should have enough shards because of the, the new character event that they have where you do all those mini tasks to get, you can get points and then use those points to purchase shards. If you focus on it, you can get him in about 11 days, okay? So you gotta have some, now after that, you start to get a little bit looking. So, Chen is the highest S dealer in the game for damage, so he's a consideration. Okay, Chen. BB, dog. What I like about BB is the fact that she's a heavy damage dealer, even though she's listed as a control unit. Okay, but she's got powerful DPS. Okay, so technically you could look at her as a debuffer. But what I like about her is she's useful in PvE, but she's also exceedingly useful in PvP. Okay, we're going to get to PvP later. Okay, so this is why I focus on her, is because she's useful in multiple facets. Okay, so that's why I've got her in there. So that's how I formatted my team. Now, Past Life Tank Saint is an SS character. They just came out with him. But remember, when I started my team originally, he was not in the game. Right here, he hadn't came out yet. Okay, so this was what I was using as my team, and then I had Ayin coming off with the support with her healing and attack buff. Okay, so that was my current focus on my team. Then they came out with Tang San, and I immediately wanted Tang San, so I went heavy on Tang San, and I managed to get him. Now, he was not offered. What they did was you got 100 shards of him, just like they're giving for the SS that just came out, which is the Chen SS for Chen, this one right here who just came out. But so you're getting 100 right now. That's pretty much all you can really get from a free-to-play perspective. But there should be, in a couple of weeks, they'll probably have another event, mini event or so, where you can get more shards of him. That's what happened with Tang San. I did not get Tang San on the original opening of the event, but a week or so later, they had another event where I could get some more shards, and I was able to do that. So my assumption is, here in the near future, they'll come out with a mini event where you can purchase another 50 or do something to get another 50 shards for him. Most likely a normal mode event where you run the normal mode. If you do 100 times in normal mode, you get a reward. Right now they're running an SS weapon, hidden weapon there, the cannon. So, but when I think they'll probably phase Chen into that so that you'll be able to get Chen if you do 100 each day. So that's what I'm expecting will happen. If we'll have to see. So I'm going to be rolling Tang San in there. Now, as you can see, Tang San's not even at a moon yet, and he's already starting to encroach on Chen, and I don't even got a soul bone on him yet. I don't have enough soul bones to make a full set. I got a full set for my team, but it takes a little bit longer to get multiple sets of this stuff, and I'm only focusing on these two right now, just getting them a little bit up to speed. I want to get S. I'll have another S weapon next week, and I'll be able to put that on Tangsan. And then a few weeks later, I should have another S weapon, and I'll be able to put that on Yen. And I'm also going to be working on soul bones. You can see I've got extended soul bones for both of them right now. I'm just going water front, water back because that offers a pretty good buff. So that's what you want to focus on. So basically, a team should have a tank, a couple healer, a couple damage dealers, and a support or a healer. A lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of teams have IN directly into the team, and that is more than acceptable. IN is an excellent character. She does all kinds of support stuff with her skill set. Okay, so don't be, and she even does a little bit of damage. She's even got an attack skill once you get her, once you start getting her into the moon. So she's a good character. So if you want to have her in your team in place of a BB Dong or something like that, that would be acceptable too. But I just have her coming off the stage for the heal. So let's see if we can get this to happen inside of story mode. I might kill it before it has a chance to activate, but we'll see. So that's my current team. Okay, so as you see, I'm at 16. Yesterday I was at 15. So I'll show you why I'm at 16 here shortly. So the game starts out. You can pretty much auto everything right now. See, as you see right here in the corner, Yen and Tangsan's weapons are right here. See, okay, I didn't last long enough. But once they get full, they'll utilize. Okay, and then you'll have the heal and everything. But I beat it so fast. That's just the way it goes. Okay, invading Earth King. I just have to sweep this real quick. You want to make sure that you do this every time it pops up, because you get a lot of rewards for doing it. Not to mention the multiple, you can get a little bit of diamonds here, which is really not that big a deal. This is a big deal though right here. You get all kinds of mats, including breakthrough stones for different, and as well as some little bit of everything. So you definitely want to do it when it's up. And today is Friday, so you should be doing the double attack. Okay? This is only on Friday. And you need to complete this simply because of the fact that it is one of the missions. You don't need it to get the final reward in the weekly, but you might as well just do it. Okay? So claim that right there. So as you can see, I'm already at 80 points, and I've still got, I didn't really get to focus on the North region. I did it a couple times, one time yesterday, but and then something came up, and I got sidetracked with other stuff outside of the game. So this is Fighting Riot. This is just something I just unlocked today when I hit level 63. As you can see, I just hit level 63 this morning, and they opened up that. So it's a nice little event. It's inside of the pagoda, and it's the Soul Ascension platform. It's got these nice little things. It's got a spirit shop on it where you can get some, the shards that you want for certain characters, but it's also got these chests. When you first clear these chests, you'll be able to get these supreme chests and stuff for clearing that. So I'm working up to that. They're pretty tough. I've cleared up to, I'm at floor 3-9 right now. I cleared 3-9 and I did 3-10. I actually got beat on this. Actually, I'm going to have to manually do it because they're doing some AOE. I'm going to have to dodge. I really wasn't paying much attention when I was doing it. I was focusing on something else at the time. So that's what you see. So in terms of team, now don't panic. Let's say you make a character. Let's say you're not happy with Wu, okay? Or you're not happy with S version Tangsan. You're not happy with them. You think it'd be better if you hired up another healer, which I'm considering doing, and I'm considering bringing Ning up into my team, just to have a secondary supplemental healer. But we'll have to see about that, primarily because there are some modes where you need 2 teams. So I would like to have 2 healers, 1 for each team. If it gets to that, up in the higher levels, that might be a little bit more of a prudent suggestion. Right now, the story mode is cake, but it might not be cake for long. There are other games where story mode is ridiculous, like in Bleach Immortal Souls and stuff. The story mode does not match the level at all. So anyway, I'm thinking about bringing Ning into the fold. Okay, if I wanted to do that immediately, I could get rid of one of these characters. And when I say get rid of, I don't mean limit, but you use what's called regenerate. Okay, and what that does is you returns 100% of resources, gold, soul coins, and materials, so that those materials could then be utilized for something else. So if I were to choose this version and regenerate him, I would get all of those mats back. I could then roll those mats into Ningrong and bring Ningrong up. Okay, so and here's the good thing about it is the fact that you don't lose the character destiny. So for instance, if I everybody has a destiny up here. It's the skill right up here on the top. It's their fusion. Okay, this fusion skill requires this right here. So I have to have. So even if I regenerate Tang San back to 0, I still keep the character, and it won't erase the destiny if you have it in the destiny as well too. So you don't lose anything by regenerating a character. You still own the character. It doesn't have any mats or anything associated with shards or anything. So you still keep the destiny and the fusion on the character. So don't panic just by doing it. So this is a way to recover mats. Um, but it's not going to be something that you're probably going to start needing to use until you get farther into the game. I mean, like I said, you're going to need 12 characters. Okay, so you know, expanding out a little bit. I want to. So it's really difficult, but just take a tank, a couple attackers, and a healer or a support. Okay, you can use the ones. I mean, the characters I'm using right now are running fine. Okay, I mean, I'm not having any trouble with them. I win some, lose some. Okay, uh, I'm pretty much where I need to be. What my weakness right now is, I generally lose to people at my same level if they're running a couple SS characters. Um, Even though I have a very high power in terms of 16 million BP, running another, especially if they're running Zoo, if they're running the SS version of Zoo, I don't really stand much of a chance. Her, the Civet, she just rips through. There's just not a whole lot you can do about it. She's fast, she gets into your back line, and she just kills your back line before they have a chance to make a difference. So, so if I'm going up against somebody roughly the same BP as me, and they have Zoo, they're probably going to win. But most of the time I do win because not everybody has Zoo. So this is a fairly good team, and I like BB Dong simply because I can use her for both. I don't really change my team up for PvP right yet. I want to have a PvP team. A PvP team would have Die. It would have BB. It would have Zoo. Okay, and then for the tank, I would probably have to continue to use Ren because I haven't really seen anything for the dragon in terms of getting shards that don't require paying a large sum of money. So maybe they'll have an event where we can get some shards for him, but you don't see him very often. Uh, you know, it, Oscar's not really something that I need. IN, I think, is a better flat rate healer for that. Mahajong, the Mahajong in the base S is not very good. This one's a little bit better, but I don't see a lot of people running him either. Most of the teams I see are running have both Zoo and Die, of course. Another team, I have seen a few people with Neo-Tam, but they're usually at the 28, 29 million. So, if you're willing to spend $100 to get a character, then, that's, of course, what you can do. I'm not going to spend that much for a character. It's just what it is. But now that I'm going to have Tang San, once I get Tang San up, right now it's just a matter of gathering the shards. It looks like I can bring him up again, and get him up to where I need to be. And then I'll be introducing him. I think that will increase my win percentage against the same team as me. Okay, I'm probably at about 70-30. I win 70% of the team of the time against the team with the same BP, and I lose probably about 30% of the time. So there are better teams, but this was functional for me. I don't see any reason. I'm picking characters I like as well too, so that's what it is. I think I love Ren's, Ren. Just love, and I like BB Dog from the anime. And Chin's pretty cool too. Uh, he rules inside the anime. So the you know when I definitely want to get my hands on his SS. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get 50 shards. The SS version of him here is a little bit more regulated too. He's got a little bit more support. Still going to do some damage, but he's got a lot more support inside of his inside of what he does. So I think that'll make I think this is going to make him more useful in terms of base Chin. But the S Chin is still a good choice when you're starting out. He is the highest S rate damage dealer currently. Okay, so this is a good team, but yeah, any of these other characters, Dugubo has good place in PvP. He does poison DOT on his main skill, so that makes him useful. He can hit a number of characters and poison them, which starts DOT is pretty radical too, so he can take them down pretty quick. Ningrong's another excellent choice. The S version of Zhu is quite well too. I will be bringing her up. I'm going to need 12 characters. So I'm definitely going to be bringing up Ning and Zhu because I'm going to need more characters. So that will be in the future brought up. Just don't need them right now, so I'm focusing on my main characters. There's also going to be some consideration for you, and these two are very, very good characters. If you look at the anime, they're completely overpowered in the anime. I originally thought that they were going to be, but they're not overpowered at all in the game. So you won't see many people using these two. But yeah, so yeah, there's many choices. Might need another tank. So choose the team for what you like. In the end, you're going to need 12 characters, and you can regenerate what you don't. So when you start the game, pick what you like. And when you get something better, just remove one from your lineup, regenerate it to get all its mats back, and put the mats in something else. Okay, so you don't have to worry about making a wrong choice for your team. It's not like that because of the regeneration option. Now, there are a lot of games where it's unfortunate that don't have this option. I mean, you can regenerate your awakening materials, you can get your soul bone stuff back, hidden weapon stuff back. You have the ability to change and move your team on the fly without having to worry about wasting materials because you can get them back for 50 diamond. That's all, and you're always going to have 50 diamond. You can get all the stuff back. Okay, so don't worry about it. Pick out what you like, use it. When you get something better or you want to try something different, just regenerate it and try. Okay, so you don't have to, you don't have to worry about team composition that much. Try to get a tank, a couple of attackers, a healer, or a support, and you should be fine. Okay, and then for PvP, PvP is a little different. But if you're going to do PvP, you want to have Zhu. If PvP is important to you, Zhu is probably one of the ones you're going to want to bring up in terms of extra character, because she goes straight to the back and she just eliminates the back. So you get eliminated pretty quick. So that's where we're at with that. All right. So we got the Heaven Dew. They're giving these. So I need 30 more of these. Okay. To get this SS weapon. When I do get this SS weapon, this will be going on to Tang San, most likely, for his hidden weapon, since I'm going to be bringing him up. I might put it on Die at first and put the sickles on Tang San, but the sickle works really well on Die. It's almost like the sickle was made for him to be his hidden weapon because it blends so well with what he does. So I'll probably just stick this on Tang San, simply because of the fact that it does a lot of damage, but it also supplies a lot of death. Okay, so it's got a lot of support to it. SS Tang San is got some support to him as well. So we'll have to see what you just basically just mix and try to put it on one character, see how it works, and then put it on another character. If they don't like it, see how it works on that, and pick the one it goes best on. That's what I do. You know, that's what I did with the Soulmaster thing when I was doing for the when I was looking who to utilize for this skill right here for the Martial Soul. This is just ridiculous. Um, she'll be shooting out these little spiders all the time, and they'll just run up to the enemy and explode. It's ridiculous. It's like having another. It's like it's like homing missiles. They just run up to the target and explode. And she puts them out. I don't see it being 35% chance. What might be happening is she's getting attacked a lot, so 35%. But she's constantly spitting them out. I don't see her go more than 2 or 3 seconds before she's not spitting out a spider. A little purple spider that just runs across the bottom of the screen, goes to the enemy, and explodes. so I said that'd be pretty cool. So I chose that one. It takes a lot of the S Soul Spirit to actually enact it. It takes 120. So it's not something you can gather quick. It's very expensive, very difficult to get. But the boost it gives you. So I decided to go ahead and choose BB Dong since I can utilize. I'm going to be utilizing her my main PvP team. So that's where we're at with that point. So yeah, but nothing new going on. We've got an active wheel as always. There's no new from yesterday. There's nothing new in terms of new types of events. Just make sure you do your 100 to get the 10 weapons. There's no more way to get shards for him unless you want to purchase them. They're right here. If you need 50 more, 50's running $49.99 to get 50 shards. Okay, so you might want to consider something like that if you're really wanting them now. But I'm pretty sure that they're going to have an event sometime in the future where you can get more shards for him. They did for Tang San. Don't know if that's going to happen for that. So Tang San was like that, so maybe they'll do it for Chen as well. We'll have to see. I'll be doing videos regardless. Make sure you do all the attacks today so that you get all these shards for him. It's only 100, so you should have. If you're doing it daily, I do 100 daily, just to get the rewards for the SS weapon under the festival. This is up every day. So you clear it every day and it resets the next day. So make sure that you should have already done it. But if you don't do it, make sure you do 100 times today so that you can get all the shards that you need for him. And that'll get you to 100 because you can purchase 50 of the shards as well. I think it's like something like 4,000 diamonds for those shards. So you should have about 100 from a free-to-play perspective. And then if they do what they did with Tang San in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to get the others. Okay, so we'll just have to look for it. I'm not sure how. Tang San was the first character they offered from a new standpoint. So we'll have to see. This is the second character. We'll have to see what format they use for that. And determine whether or not it's going to be feasible to get SS in the future. They do seem to be offering SS character shards through the events, so there should be other ways to get them. Okay, they're still offering. You can still every now and then come across an offer, cheap offer for Diamond Eye shards. Okay, so you can work on his divine skill, or if you didn't quite get him in the event, you should be able to get him shortly afterward. But you definitely want to go for him because he's an excellent character. Even though he is the free character, he is exceedingly useful. Okay, so that's all I got today. All right, but yeah, just want to let you know, get in there, knock everything out. The Dao Chen ends today. Okay, so some of the actual stuff ends today, the actual period for that. But you want to make sure you get 100 shards. You want to make sure you do 100 normal modes to get those shards. Okay, and regenerate. If you're, don't worry about a team comp. Make the team comp that's your favorite. Just try to have a tank, a couple attackers, a supporter, a healer, and your main team. Like I say, you're going to need 12 characters in the future. Once you get up to level 70 and 80 and stuff, you're going to need 12 characters. So you might as well, just there's no really team comp that you want to, that's going to be thing. You're going to need 12 characters. So I don't see the need to focus too much on team comp at this time. To win in PvP, if you want to be number one in PvP, you're going to have to spend money to get because you can get all these SS characters by making it $99. You can get 100 and 150 shards for the Azure Dragon, and they every now and then I'll see it offers for SS Civet Zoo if you're willing to pay hundreds of dollars for that. So if you're paying from a free-to-play perspective and you're not going to want to wail on the game, then I would just not worry about team comp too much right now. Okay, and just work at it from that end. But I'm happy with what they're doing with the game right now. It seems to be functional. But yeah, with the regenerate option right here, there's nothing to worry about in terms of wasting mats. Just pick what you want to try, do it. If you want to do something better, just regenerate the character and try somebody else. And keep trying until you get a team comp that you feel comfortable with. But if you're going to go with the tank, a couple of tactors, one healer, support, you should be functional. It works out for me. I'm competitive right where I'm at, so I don't have any troubles with that. Okay? So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the bell. Click on the bell and you'll be notified each time I drop a video. Also remember to like and share the videos. That does help the channel immensely. This is Kenrier coming at you from the corner, signing out.